Welcome to the garden. It's well and truly winter here, and it's always a difficult time of year to know what to put in the veggie patch. So today I'm going to show you what I'm doing, what I'm planting, the bits of maintenance that I'm doing, and some other wintry things. Let's have a look. So I'm going to start by clearing out some of the spring and summer crops. I'm pulling out all the old capsicums and tomatoes that were still in there. There's also a massive globe artichoke in the end of this bed that I removed a while ago. There's turmeric in here that's dried off, and the whole bed's been slowly taken over by sweet potato vine. All my irrigation in the beds is attached at one end, so I can lift it out of the way to avoid cutting it with the shovel or spiking it with the fork, making it much easier to turn the soil. I decided to see if I could find some of the old rhizomes from the turmeric, as they didn't seem to grow for long enough to do anything, and I actually assumed they may have rotted in the soil. I was a bit surprised to find that this wasn't the case. We'll have a look at these later. Because the sweet potato's taken over, there could be potatoes anywhere in here by now. So I'm going to start at one end and systematically turn the soil all the way through and see what I can find. I even found sweet potatoes growing amongst the turmeric rhizome. Got a few decent potatoes this time, not as big as they were last time. However, I didn't mound up the soil this time, so I think they were all quite deep. There's probably massive potatoes deep in the ground somewhere. But these will do. So I dug up all this turmeric. If you've got any suggestions of what to do with it now, please leave them in the comments. So I've got no idea what to do with this much turmeric. So the first veggie patch has recently been cleaned out. It did have strawberries and chives in it, as well as a few other things. But it's also now got the compost bin in it, which I plan to rotate through the beds as it fills up, and each time empty the compost out into the bed that it's in. Yummy compost. Patch number 2 currently has the giant African marigold in it, which are finishing off, ready to collect seeds soon. It's also full of nasturtium, and it's currently growing little lettuces, which have all grown from seed from previous lettuce crops. The third patch did have all the sweet potato in it, which you just saw me dig up. It also had capsicums, some old tomatoes left over, and all the turmeric. It's ready to plant up with something wintry. Patch 4 is the home of the banana, which is going quite well. Hasn't had any fruit yet. It's got its little successor there ready to go. Piled up around the bottom with mulch and kept nice and wet because they like a lot of water. There's also some maybe spring onions. Yep, spring onions. And a crop of peas that isn't going very well compared to bed number 5. So bed number 5 is going really well, with mostly just peas. We had to put a little extension in there so they could climb up that. Quite a few of these ones are leaning over and drooping back down again. It's absolutely full of peas. We also planted some carrots along here, which are just starting to come up. Bed 6, which is the newest bed, is currently growing spinach and maybe broccoli. Pretty sure that's broccoli. I did hit these with the white oil that I created in a previous video to keep a few of the aphids off them and try and deter the caterpillars, which were having a pretty good feed on them. Where's the man? So I've just tidied up this garden bed. I'm going to plant it up with a few old leftover bean and pea seeds that I've got. One of which is these Madagascan beans that I got from the veggie swap. These ones are apparently climbing beans. Got no idea how long they've been sitting in the shed for. Let's chuck them in. So as these beans grow, they'll fix nitrogen in the soil and improve it for the next crop. I'm not really growing them to get a crop of beans off. In bed number 2, I'm going to plant some coriander seed. It's nice and damp there. In this cool wintry weather, should grow fairly well. So patch number 3 has slightly hydrophobic soil, which means it looks wet on top, but actually underneath the water hasn't even soaked in. So we're going to hit it with a bit of this stuff, which is just granulized soil wetter. Sprinkle it on fairly generously. And then we'll water it in. So I'm going to make a little channel through here. I'm going to plant some more peas, which these ones aren't going great there as they are. I'm hoping with a little bit more care, this next lot might grow a bit better. Yeah. Sprinkle them in. Now I've sprinkled these in pretty thick, but they're fairly old seeds, so I'm not entirely sure if they're going to grow. If they do grow really well, we might thin a few out and plant them somewhere else.
Where is that? Wait. Go ask Mama. Go ask Mama.
So I've got some old dill seeds, some amaranth, and some foxgloves. I think I'm going to just sprinkle them along the bottom of my espalier. See what pops up. I'm also going to spread around a few of these marigold seeds. And lastly, I bought a fresh packet of pea seeds. I'm going to plant them in between the spinach and broccoli. I'll put up some sort of structure here that they can climb, and we should get another good crop of peas. These are some of the things that I've chosen to grow because it's what we like. The boys love their peas and broccoli. They love picking carrots straight out of the patch. Lettuce and spinach are always handy. These crops should go pretty well in our semi-arid climate over winter. To see what's suitable to grow in your area, the Gardening Australia website has a great tool to tell you what to grow and when. I'll leave a link below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've been able to take away a few winter tips. If you have, like, comment, share. Please check out some of my other videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, happy gardening!